What did I miss? Brian here, and well, it's the evening, it's still bright out, and it's kind of hot. Hood is up because today we're going to be doing a product overview on the Lasfit LED bulbs. So recently, Lasfit got in contact with me and sent me a pair of LED low beam headlight bulbs, which are these bulbs right there. These ones in particular are the LSplus, and we're going to find out just how bright these headlight bulbs are. But before we install them, let's go ahead and open the box and see what's inside. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's on the outside of the box. As you can see, it has the Lasfit logo, LSplus, LED lighting, and some red detailing on the front. And if you look on the sides, you'll see it says Safe Stylish on both sides. And then towards the back, you got some information about the bulbs, customized auto-grade LED chips, 12 to 16 volts, and the color temperature is 6000 K, which means the LED light color will be white. It also comes with a 2-year warranty as well, which is pretty nice. And lastly, it says 2 pieces, meaning you get 2 bulbs, 1 for each headlight. Let's go ahead and open it up. All right. We got a lot going on in this box. I'm gonna take one of the bulbs out. So here it is. This is the entire bulb. To start off, you got the front of the bulb with the LED chip on both sides. Then you got a fan behind it, which is pretty common. And then you got this wire that goes all the way to the block with the Lasfit logo on it. And then another cable with the connector. And this is where you connect to the wiring harness inside the vehicle. According to Lasfit, these are 130 watts, 65 watts for each bulb. And the brightness is 13,000 lumens, which is insane. Now, in the past, I've used LED bulbs before, but they were not like those. They were more like these, where there are LED chips on both sides. The fan is in the back, and it was covered by the aluminum shell. And there would be the wiring and the connector to the harness inside the vehicle. Whereas with this, there is a whole lot more done to it. You got copper rods that are surrounding the LED chips. You got the fan, obviously, though it's a little more open than the other bulb. And then you got this block, which is actually an external driver that helps dissipate heat so that the bulb doesn't overheat. And so, enough talking, let's go ahead and install these bulbs and see how bright they are. Starting on the passenger side, we're gonna want to find the low beam headlight bulb, which is this one right here. And if you don't know how to switch out your headlight bulb, all you have to do is just disconnect the wiring harness from the bulb. There you go. And then you want to grab the bulb, twist it counterclockwise, and pull it out. Just like that. I'm gonna set the halogen bulb right here and get our Lasfit LED bulb. And what you wanna do is look at the tabs on the bulb and line them up within the headlight bulb socket. All right, the bulb is in there. It's pretty snug too. And then want to connect the harness. There we go. And so that's what it looks like. Now the problem is this external driver is just going to be hanging around, and I need to find some way to mount it within the vehicle. Now my concern with this external driver is that it's floating around and it's going to be hot. And if it touches any plastics or rubber hoses or any cables, it may melt them. As for the driver's side, it's going to be a little bit tougher since we have this battery in the way, but it's possible. All right, got the bulb out. Then we're going to take the Lasfit bulb and place it in the socket. There we go. Connect to the harness. All right, and then Now I gotta figure out what to do with the external driver. Now, you're probably wondering why I have halogen low beam bulbs installed as my headlights. Well, here's the thing. I already have LED bulbs installed, and you could see that in my previous videos. You could see that fan sticking out of that headlight housing. Now, I was asked to do a comparison between the halogen bulbs and the Lasfit LED bulbs. So, for the sake of this video, I went ahead and put my factory halogen bulbs back into the headlights. Okay, I can only hope this doesn't take a turn for the worst. So here's the bulb, here is the connector, and then past that is the external driver. And it's actually hanging right now because I don't want it touching any plastics or any wires. Same with the passenger side. You might be able to get a better view at it. All right, so that's the bulb, this is the connector, and then past this is the external driver. It's hanging there and surrounded by bare metal, and hopefully whenever the vehicle's moving, the air helps cool it down. But now we wait until it gets dark so that we could see just how bright these Lasfit LED bulbs are. Starting with the halogen bulbs, these are what comes standard in the 4th gen 4Runners. They do the job, everyone can see you on the road, and to a certain extent you could see what's on the road at night, though there does come a point where it gets so dark to where the halogen bulbs are not bright enough for you to see. Other than that, there's not really much else to them, they're just standard headlight bulbs. As for the Lasfit LED bulbs, these are insanely bright, and in the video it looks like I might have my high beams on, but trust me, those are the Lasfit low beam bulbs. Compared to the halogen bulbs, these are way easier to see with at night. Now, the bulbs are aimed downward, so they're pointed towards the road, but you could also see what's straight ahead of you. And on top of that, the light spread is wide. At least it's wider than with the halogen bulbs. So, in conclusion, these Lasfit LSplus LED low beam headlight bulbs are very nice, they're very bright, they're high quality, and they maintain their brightness without burning up and overheating. I'm actually shocked at how bright these bulbs are. In the past, I've had LED bulbs that were bright, obviously brighter than halogens, but these are insanely bright. Lasfit did an amazing job at that. My only concern is finding a spot for these external drivers because these things will get hot. And if you look in the back, there's really no way to mount them. The only thing I could think of is putting some adhesive and mounting it to some bare metal. But even then, I feel like the heat will melt the adhesive and then it'll come off. And if you look in the 4th gen 4Runner, this is the passenger side. That's the headlight socket, and surrounding it is some bare metal, some wires, and some plastics. If this external driver were to touch any of the wires or the plastics, it will for sure melt them. And then for the driver's side, it's not much better because the battery is right behind it. And like I said, there's some more plastics and some more wires. My recommendation is to keep these external drivers away from the wires and plastics and attach them to either bare metal or let them hang and hope that the air cools them down as you drive. I can't really attach them to bare metal, so the only thing I was able to do was let them hang. And so far, I haven't had any issues. Now, if the wiring was a bit longer, then maybe I can make something work, but it is what it is. And so, that is it for this video. This concludes the overview of the Lasfit LSplus LED low beam headlight bulbs. If you're subscribed, thanks. If you're not, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Take care, everyone. I'll catch you on the flip side. And most importantly, if you're still driving around with halogen bulbs, get LED bulbs. It's so much easier to see at night with these than with halogen bulbs.